2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, it's Lewis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll set up to throw. Sets up the screen to Lewis. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He was looking for Gronk that time. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Newton now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, it's Steicher. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Luke Steicher, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to the right side, and he's got Edelman. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
They'll look to throw here. Got some real estate inside the 30. Throw left side complete. That's Fitzgerald. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now Lewis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Flush to his right, and some room to work. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play. For a big shot downfield, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here we go.
Now it's the backup Kaiser. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Gronkowski, the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Newton buying time to his left. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. 38.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Kaiser now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To the air again, Kaiser. And he's got Fitzgerald. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete. It's Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Kaiser. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, Kaiser again. Steps away to his left. And that's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 13 yards that time at a first. Again, it's Kaiser. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Kaiser now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fitzgerald. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Kaiser now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. First down, Kaiser. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside with one of my...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Julian Edelman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lewis will get the handoff. Pushing through the contact. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. To throw on second down is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Newton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back. Momentum
started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Kaiser on first down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
A 2nd down throw now for Kaiser. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Kaiser. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Adam Jones. He was looking for Edelman there. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
This is McCaffrey on the give, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're good.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. 2nd down, Kaiser. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Kaiser. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Flex round! Flex round!
They're indeed going. It's Kaiser. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Reggie Nelson, the free safety, in on the stop. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Throwing on third down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They snap it to Newton. Being chased out left. Letting one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Adam Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? It's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Come on, let's hit!
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. They've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Kaiser from the gun on third. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play. And we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
This is fielded inside the 5. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that you almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. This is Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
3rd and long for Kaiser. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. This is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Here's Barkley. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now Barkley. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
They try again with Lewis. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. On third down, that's Lewis. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What? 90! Flex round! What? Flex round! Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But